Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. If you are the kind of person who loves dissecting powerful narratives and breaking them down into clear, structured concepts, you are in the exact right place today. We're diving into an incredibly moving short film script called Her Dream, which is a featured piece from the collection, The Prescription of Possibility. Now, what makes this script so absolutely phenomenal is how it manages to pack a literal lifetime of struggle, resilience, and ultimate triumph into just 4 or 5 minutes of screen time. It is a total masterclass in visual storytelling and social commentary, and I can't wait to unpack it with you.
To really grasp how this script champions equality and individual resilience, we're going to break its chronological flow down into 4 distinct acts: the spark of hope, confronting the obstacle, the courage to rise, and finally, equal rights, equal dreams. So let's just jump right in.
Act 1. The Spark of Hope. Picture this opening scene. Soft, gentle piano music is playing in the background. We see a young girl sitting quietly by a window, a school book in her hands, and she's just smiling as she imagines her future as a doctor. It's this beautiful, pure image of boundless possibility. But then, almost immediately, the script grounds us. Over this incredibly hopeful imagery, the narrator steps in and drops this reality check. Every dream begins with hope. But for some girls, hope is questioned before the journey even begins. And right away, that frames the entire narrative. It tells us this isn't just a story about a girl who wants to be a doctor. No, it's a story about a girl who has to fight for the fundamental right to even hope for that future in the first place.
Which brings us to Act 2, confronting the obstacle. So that warm, fuzzy feeling of hope we just saw? Yeah, it's about to hit a brick wall. The girl enthusiastically shares her ambition, saying, "One day I want to become a doctor." But she's immediately met with this reflexive, harsh limitation from a family member who tells her, girls don't need to dream that big. Now the script notes that right after this exchange, the room falls completely silent. The girl just lowers her head. And it's such a devastatingly quiet moment of realization. Because you see, the obstacle she's facing isn't a lack of smarts or a lack of resources. The real obstacle is this deeply ingrained societal bias living right there in her very own home.
Let's move into Act 3, the courage to rise.
Following that heartbreaking silence, the script pulls a totally fascinating move. It actually calls for a completely black screen and slow music. It literally forces us to just sit there in the dark and confront the injustice of what just happened. And over that darkness, the narrator returns with this profound existential question. Who decided that dreams belong to only one gender? It's a brilliant rhetorical technique, honestly. It creates this dramatic, rhythmic pause in the story. By stopping the visual narrative dead in its tracks, the script forces us to reflect on the sheer absurdity of the limitation placed on that young girl just moments before.
And the narrator doesn't stop there. The script presses the issue even further, breaking the fourth wall and continuing to challenge us with these follow-up questions. Does talent have a gender? Does courage? I mean, obviously, the silent answer screaming from the audience is no, absolutely not. And that effectively dismantles the whole underlying bias the script is highlighting. It just clears away all that societal prejudice, leaving only the raw ingredients you actually need for success, talent, and courage. And as we're about to see, our protagonist has an absolute abundance of both.
Suddenly, the black screen lifts, and the script launches into this fast-paced, high-energy visual montage of her relentless studying. We literally watch her building her future, step by deliberate step. We go from seeing her reading late into the night when everyone else is fast asleep, to meticulously writing out her notes, to walking to school with absolute purpose, all the way to actively helping the people around her. We are watching her construct her own destiny through pure, unadulterated determination.
What I absolutely love here is how the narrator elevates these seemingly mundane actions. I mean, turning a page in a textbook or just walking down the street to school. Normally, those are chores, right? But in the context of the doubt she faced, they're transformed. They become these incredibly powerful acts of defiance and resilience. Her very existence, her daily grind to keep learning, becomes a loud and clear message to the world that she will not be sidelined.
And that takes us to our final act, Act 4, Equal Rights, Equal Dreams.
Flash forward. Years have passed. All those late nights of studying have totally paid off, and our protagonist is finally wearing her well-earned doctor's coat. But the really crucial point here is this incredible evolution we see. Remember that family member who told her to shrink her ambitions? That exact same person is now looking at her, smiling with pure pride and admitting, "We were wrong. Your dream changed all of us." This is huge because it beautifully proves the script's core argument. Individual triumph has the incredible power to completely dismantle collective prejudice. By refusing to let go of her dream, she didn't just change her own trajectory. She literally forced an expansion of her family's entire worldview.
Then we get this incredibly sharp, powerful moment in the final scene. The girl, who is now a successful doctor, looks directly into the camera and delivers this line. It's a total clarification of her entire journey. She clearly establishes that her demand was always for fundamental equity. She wasn't asking for unearned privilege, you know? She wasn't asking for an easy path or a shortcut. She simply wanted the baseline opportunity to try, to work hard, and to prove herself, completely free from the arbitrary limitations of gender.
As things start to draw to a close, the narrator returns one last time to drop the ultimate "so what" of the whole story. This quote perfectly encapsulates the broader relevance of her journey. It reminds us that empowering one individual is never just about that one person. It creates a massive ripple effect. A girl who is allowed to chase her dreams becomes a doctor who heals the sick, a role model who inspires the next generation, and a catalyst that transforms her entire community for the better.
Finally, the script fades to black, leaving us with these three simple, powerful pillars. As we wrap up this explainer today, I want you to think about the journey we just broke down. If one young girl's fierce perseverance has the power to change her family's entire worldview and ripple out into her community, I want to leave you with this. How many futures could we transform, and how much incredible, untapped potential could we unlock if society simply stopped questioning their dreams in the first place? Thank you so much for exploring this with me today, and I will catch you in the next explainer.